Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. A lot kicked off in the last video. We found Ruby, at least seems to be the case, so we're trying to tie up a few loose ends in the meantime before we do that, because it seems like some options are going to be shut off to us once we push on with that. Joyce has now left because she's aware there's a war coming, and we have settled the dispute between Wild Pines and the harbour people, in that the harbour people of the Union are going to take claim of said harbour. But of course there's the small problem of Laylee's murder still going on, and that's a whole shebang. Let's talk to Kuno. Hey Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Need more empathy.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Right, next point we're getting is empathy. We're going to make Kuno care. Okay, so since we can't do anything with Kuno, we're going to read a book? Question mark?
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged. A lot of people have read about the Devil Woman's altercations with the Heimdall man.
Look at the back cover.
The jacket copy proclaims, "Man from Heimdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tyribald. Before Man from Heimdall can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Heimdall be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?"
I mean, this sounds pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. Time to flip through the book.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Heimdall, wielding his two Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination.
You can tell he's a baller because he's wielding two-handed weapons. You can do it in Dark Souls as well, actually.
His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. Good God, this is some retrograde stuff. When was this shit written?
Hey, Rhetoric, I don't need this.
You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38.
Let's give this a chance, because I need to kill time.
Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Heimdall tribe. From the village of Heimdall, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name.
Give me more.
Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin, his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself?
Onward.
The steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home.
Sorry, I've been sitting here reading this book for nearly an hour, and Kitsuraki's just standing there as I read this schlocky nonsense. Holy shit, this is so me. Get into the book.
A passage reads, "The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Heimdall will never succumb to your seductive wiles. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corruptible, yet mine is forged in gore and strife." Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says, "I have grand plans for you, Man from Heimdall." She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. "First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the Man from Heimdall. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct."
I would be a terrible Man from Heimdall. I think a lot of people have a thing, but that kind of salacious, temptress queen combination, much like Elizabeth II, of course, is it's a thing, to say the least. This is epic.
In the final pages, Man from Heimdall mounts Galavarин, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead.
Oh no.
But an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Hjelmdal and the Three-Eyed Skull. Available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39. The edges of the page, you open his arm. Good God. You flip to the copy. Berserk.
Is this what I have to do?
Passage. Thine I have grabbed in the fight. To fight the jack. He is ambushed by it. You open the book. His arm.
I mean, it is killing time, but bloody hell.
Berserk man from the passage.
Is it like an hour each time? I think so.
For you. In the final,
let me have a look.
You open the
I think it's an hour.
His arm. Good God.
We have to do this 9 more times. No, 7 more times.
I have
it's an hour, yeah.
In the final, to find out what happened, you open his arm.
Kitsuragi must be losing his mind.
Man from the passage. Thine, I have grand plans for you. To find out, you open his arm.
There might be a better way to do this. I really don't know, but this is working, and that's enough for me.
I have grand plans for you. In the final page, to find you open his arms.
3 to go, baby.
You flip berserk man from the steel muscles of man. The edges of the page.
I messed up. I messed up again.
An intricate.
Oh, God.
Still kind. The edges of the page. You open his arm. Good God.
Maybe certain books are longer than certain books.
Man, the steel.
That's an interesting idea.
I have in the fight to fight the jack. He is ambushed. You open his arm. Good God. Man from the passage. Thine, I have grand plans for you. What do you even know about literature? Have you ever read a book in your life?
I've read this book 500 times.
This is not just another book. It's Man from Hjelmdal, and it's done with you. You open his arm. Good God. You flip. Man from the passage. Thine, I have grand plans in the final to find out what happens.
Okay, a little bit to go.
Good God.
Little bit. There we go.
The edges of the page.
We did it, gang. Took some time, but we got there. And there we go. Our final thought. Potentially, anyway.
It's easy. You know the poem by heart because you were taught it at school. It is one of the Volta Dolmar mantras repeated on the voyage that lead to the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. And the words mean, nothing will be changed about the light. Colors like grey and brown, all printed on top of each other. I found a blank white spot. All the others looked up. What a beautiful day. What beautiful weather. But all I heard was the printing machine. What strange words to celebrate a new world.
To say the least. All white checks. Oh. That's an interesting one. Okay, we can go talk to Kuno. Let's get some... Is he still there? First of all, probably. He's a vagabond. He'll be poking around at night time, I'm sure. Kuno. There he is. Alright, let's get some empathetic clothing on. We're at +1 at the moment. Let's see. Alright, let's get that off. We need a better shirt. I've actually got quite a lot of empathetic clothing on already. A lot of shirts are unempathetic, weirdly enough. Okay. Empathy. Nice. +3. Okay, you know what? We actually stand a chance. I was thinking I was miles away from that check, but +3 is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Probably can't do any better, I'd guess. But it's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's give it a good old college try. I think it'll be around the 50 mark if I had to guess.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What? You just said that you unlocked all white checks. It's literally a white check.
Doesn't fucking care.
What the fuck's the point in that then? It's literally a white check. What? I don't understand what... I don't understand. What does that mean? Surely that's what it means to unlock all white checks. Otherwise... No, I don't... No, what? Oh, whatever. Okay, that's not something we're doing today anyway. We'll next time we level up, we'll put a point in... We'll put the point in, but... I'm a little annoyed about that. That feels like a bug. And the game is... pretty good at that, so... right, anyways. let's head over to the west and try to get our gun from the pigs. Surely that's what open white checks means. I know it says put points into empathy to unlock. And some of you might be thinking, oh, well, obviously that's like an extra requirement. But all of the white checks, that's how they function. You put a point into the skill, and it unlocks it. That's literally how the white checks work. Grumble, what's it called? Insulindium Miracle. I'm going to Google that in a minute to see if I'm going crazy. I might be going crazy. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but I don't think I am. As soon as someone stops talking, we're going to have a little search. Right. Where? So let's blah, blah, blah. Just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. Okay. It's past 10 o'clock. Got my Kim with me just in case. The thing is, I'm sure she's going to want something in return. I don't think she's just going to give over the gun. I should put on my most suggestive clothing, actually, before we do anything. No bonuses to suggestion at the moment. Or, no, I don't know. Maybe suggestion's bad. Maybe I want authority or something? It's hard to predict. Seems like a pointless thing to try and adjust for before you even start, you know? Well, this is the board. Where's the church? Yeah, piggy, 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 piggy. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I'm confused. It's past 10 o'clock. North of the fishing village towards... Oh. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be... No. Oh my god, do I really have to go all the way around? I do have to go all the way around. What am I missing here? Someone's been running around with your sidearm pretending to be a police officer. You must meet her near the old fish market. Oh, wait, no, I know where the fish market is, I think. It's beyond the church. It's not very well explained in the game, but I think it's further north up here. We did go in there briefly. Oh, we'll have a look. Probably up here. I just think what the boardwalk is very poorly defined. Whoa, 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 whoa! I think we found her. This is what I was looking for, this right here, so, yeah. I just forgot where I was. Bloody hell.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands! Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
A little bit nerve-wracking. This is definitely the situation where someone just randomly gets shot.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
God damn, Kitsaraki.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
Easy, Mom. Take it. Raise your hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear under threat! Fear under threat! Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground.
Mom,
Get on the goddamn ground!
we just want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
I don't have all of these things. I don't have a mouth. What are you talking about, you mad lass?
In her mind, the cavity search is happening. As long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Yeah, you pulled a gun on her, Kitsaragi.
You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
Yep, okay. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect alert! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that
Lower away, Lieutenant. Let's just talk, alright?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot! Big red key! Big red key!
Big red key? That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag! Hug the pavement! You're under arrest!
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband! Restricted access! 2 kilos missing! Eyewitness report compromised!
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
Baby, you know who I am. Everybody knows. Wink. I did actually wink. Why did I wink? Who am I winking for? Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What is she cranking? Is it for the Is it for the lights?
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Why she's writing, I'm an imposter. We really are cops. Look, my badge.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Thank you, Rhetoric. I couldn't have figured that out.
She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
But it's a red check! And I'm on 40%! Kitsuragi, you're gonna get me killed!
She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
Well, I think she's about to die.
Host almighty, don't count on that. You saw the Binoclad can't shoot for shit.
Go for it.
Suicide by cop! Split-second decision! Eat lead, scumbag!
In your peripheral vision, the lieutenant releases the half-squeezed trigger.
God, I almost blew her head off.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
Why would I not pick it up? Pick it up!
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Yeah, Jesus.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. Do I want to touch her? Not really, but we're going to do it.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
And not in a I don't want to touch her personally kind of way, but in a she's still on the edge. You know, just because she doesn't have the gun doesn't mean she can't do any damage. What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
Why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8. And loneliness.
Neurodegenerative disease.
Could be. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But
Arrest
what are we
her?
going to do with her? I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state and without the gun. She isn't really a threat to anyone.
I wouldn't want to arrest her, but I would want to have her in a ward or some description, or she needs to be controlled. And it feels mean to say that, but she did go and willingly purchase a gun and try to shoot me. So, you know, just because she doesn't have a gun right now doesn't mean she's not got a propensity for potential violence.
We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Yeah, okay.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. Just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do.
Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
I think so.
The lieutenant nods.
Leave her be. I'm not going to confiscate the drugs. I mean, I maybe should actually, technically, but no. Got ourselves a new cap. Where's my new cap? There it is. Authority, that would make sense. Got a gun. Equip this when time to most size. So I'm not going to walk around with the gun out. That seems like a bad idea. Let's go, where is this fast travel spot? Church. We'll go talk to the Hardys. And then go talk to Ruby. Or shoot Ruby. Whatever's going to happen, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I do feel for her. And it concerns me a little bit. I have some... I'm quite a individualistic person. I spend a lot of time on my own. And that's how I've liked things. It's weird for me, though, because I used to be hyper social, super extrovert, and then life... And I ended up kind of going in the other direction. To the point that I don't really have any friends in this area. It's kind of sad when I say that out loud. I am sorting that out. I'm either going to meet people here, or I'm moving to where I already know people, yada, yada, yada. But it's kind of sad saying that. But I've always been very okay on my own. I've always been happy on my own. And I wonder if part of that is a coping mechanism for being on my own, or if I actually am. And then you hear that, and you hear, like, I'm fine now, but I don't want to be on my own when I'm like 70, you know? I don't want to be on my own 80 or death's door and have no one there. It's not like it's a minor concern, because I have gone from being surrounded by friends constantly to being basically constantly on my own. I'm not. I mean, obviously I live with my dad at the moment, so it's not quite the same. Even if me and my dad get on very well, it's not the same thing. I don't want to get too introspective here, because I'll lose myself. But it's something I have to consider more. It's not like I struggle to make friends. It's not like I'm soluble enough. I get on well with people. Yada yada yada. I just kind of locked myself away for a few years. But at least I feel like I know I can return to the light, to use a strained metaphor, if I want to do so. I just need to do it, I guess. Life's confusing.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
For everybody to always call me the Copper-nado. There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Coorong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. we've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's beat team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig.
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, didn't have anything in mind, talking nonsense.
No? Well, whatever then, copper.
Titus chucks his beer down and wipes his mouth.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne Amigo LaPlante. I have to. My heart would not take it if I didn't click that option.
Fuck you, Pig. What the fuck you are playing at, huh?
Easy, Al. Don't let him get to you. Have one for Auntie LaPlante, huh?
Don't disrespect Miss LaPlante, Copper. She's good people. We all get a little crazy sometimes.
Who was she?
Was, like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Someone who wanted to set the world right before it ends, ever think of that? More like who wouldn't? Cool uniforms, fast machines, packing heat, sign me up. Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir. I can't help but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. I'm sorry. I think we'll go with this one.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, Cerdo. They don't beat confessions out of prisoners.
I mean, I don't shoot kids either.
Easy there, Al. Sit down. We got one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
The whole one bad apple doesn't spoil a bunch thing isn't, because there's cops out there who are willingly, again, it's not really a problem over here per se. Not that there aren't issues with the police force in this country, there definitely are. They're still institutionally racist and amongst myriad other things, but it's largely not the violent mob that the US police often is. And that's not to say there aren't good US police officers, or of course there are, there's plenty. Tons, probably the majority. You're going to hear much more about the bad police officers than the good ones. I'd say the vast majority of police officers in the US are probably good people who don't want to ever hurt someone. But there's clearly a lot of them who, it's kind of like a semi-army gig, and they use it to push violence on people and to wrestle that sense of control, probably because they have a very small penis. Stretch. They're overcompensating, is my point. Anyways. Not that it's all men, but a metaphorical penis. You know what I mean? But the thing I like is a lot of people say, oh, well, let's say it's only 5% of, let's say it's 1% of police, right? 1% of police who are murderous bastards. If that applied to, any other profession, would you sign up? Would you go to a dentist if there was a 1% chance they were going to stab you through the head with a toothpick? Would you go on a flight if there was a 1% chance that the pilot was crazed and was going to fly the plane into the earth? I don't think so. I don't think I would fly anymore if there was a 1% chance of death. 1% is not negligible. It really isn't. So it's the same with, someone was trying to defend the Catholic Church the other day, and it was something like, oh, only 6% of priests have been done for for messing around with kids. I'm like, 6% is a huge number. That is 1% is a massively, obviously any percent is massively unacceptable. 1% is huge. 1 in every 100 priests fiddling kids. 6% is madness. Anyways, where'd you get all the cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
She lives by the water.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Thanks for helping out, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
He's a good guy, Titus. Little aggro, has problems, but he is fundamentally, I think, a good person. Done. I didn't get any experience for that. Right, with that done, it's very spooky and late at night. My temptation is to get rid of Kitsuragi. Try to take Lillian on a date. And then do the Ruby thing in the morning.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Bye, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Or will we? Oh, wait, no, Blue. She's still here. Okay, I'm gonna put... I don't have all the gear, but we're gonna put some of the gear on. I've got the trousers, the jacket. It's just a shirt that I'm missing. Wait, is that all I've got? Trousers and jacket? I think so. I'll put a polo shirt on that way. I look fancy.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind?
Okay, that clearly not made a difference. So let's try to boost our suggestion where possible. We're looking for purple, right? I don't think this is really likely to ever happen, but see what we can do. Suggestion. Do I have anything? Oh, there we go. It's +1. I mean, it's something. Why is that a negative suggestion? I would absolutely trust the man in the conical hat. Also -1. Jesus. Oh, that has +1 on it. Nice. Okay, so we've got +2. Wait, we've got +1. Is that negative? No. I'm confused. Something is taking away my suggestion. Or... oh, no, it's a bloody jacket. Right, this is as good as I can get.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning south.
Oh, yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
I wasn't even that far away. If I rolled a 5... I would have to roll 6. I literally had to roll 6 to pull this off. Alcohol makes close as possible. Let's connect.
Alcohol? Connect? I'm not sure I'm following you.
This was a bad idea. Get hammered with me on a date, drunk date. It'll be nice, I promise.
That's a good impression. You really cracked me up, officer. Now, how can I help you?
She doesn't even understand. You asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later.
Well, that went terribly. Who is surprised? Just... oh, that was so doomed to failure from the very start. It really was. I can't find this place for the date. I've explored so much of the coast. And
it's getting cold.
Cannot for the life of me find the bloody thing. Bedtime.
The bed is comfortable.
Off to day 6. Oh no, my brain's going to talk to me.
The place feels almost like home now. Quiet and dignified around you. A new life by the seaside. You're incredibly tired. The darkness and warmth come fast. You're falling asleep.
Oh no, you're not! Wait for it. Maybe.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head has found a comfortable indent in the pillow. Your legs and your torso feel like lead weights sinking to the bottom of the sea. Until they're suddenly light.
This respite. You've earned it, brother. Bask in the darkness. Let it swallow you up. and swivel you around while you forget everything you've managed to remember.
There's a band I really like called Trophy Eyes. Did I ever mention this in the past? Maybe. There's a band I really like called Trophy Eyes, and the lead singer sounds very, very similar to Ancient Reptilian Brain.
No, this is the one before that. We'll just keep cycling it for you if you don't mind. As long as we can. Spin it like black yarn.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Thanks, Darkness.
You're welcome, Harry boy. You earned it.
Let's go to sleep.
After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings. But what's this? You actually feel rested. There's no time to cuddle with your pillow, however, or as much as shiver from the cold. The world awaits.
Oh, limbic system, you are terrifying. Not as terrifying as Shivers, but pretty terrifying. Alright, day 6. Up you pop, Harry. Up you pop, Harry. Why did he wake up in the chair, not the bed? Oh, must have been after he's gotten changed. Hey, kits. Good morning. Alright, let's go. It's going to be a big moment. Oh, calm down. Let's go and check out this building. Now, before we go and move forward to where we think Ruby is, we are going to head upstairs, because we haven't explored that part of the building yet. And then we're going to whip our gun out. Oh yeah. Flashlight. Now I'm a proper... Ignore the lower half of my body. We're near enough a proper copper. I might swap to the police hat. Where's my police hat gone?
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to head upstairs via this route here, have a little poke around. What's this? Postcard. A faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinaise as it was before the revolution. Is the height of summer Rue des Champs-Jourlans is teeming with parasol-wielding bourgeoisie, and the Wild Pines flag buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. It's weird things right on the back of the postcard. Stones fall, it's a long ways down. I think there's anything up here, actually. Gusts of wind, the height feels dizzying. Am I walking? What am I doing? Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. There's actually not much up here. Can't seem to go anywhere else. Alright. Let's give this a go, I guess. My temptation, I don't know if the game will have thought this far ahead, but my inclination is to put the flashlight away. Because then I'm more likely to be sneaky, right? If you're walking around brandishing a flashlight, they're much more likely to spot you, surely. So I'm going to put it away. There's my pry bar. Alternatively, I don't have the flashlight out. Oh, and then maybe she's hiding and I can't see her. There are two of us, so the element of surprise is less meaningful. Okay, I'm going to save it. I don't know why, because I've not been save scumming this entire playthrough, which is very tempting, but I've been resisting. But here we go. I'm a little nervous. It's been a while since the game was... Like, the game is very, very good at letting you... It's weird, because there's like a time limit, inverted commas. I believe it's actually 10 days. But But it's not really. You never feel pressured by the amount of time you've got. It's very lackadaisical. You always feel like you've got plenty of time to do what you want to do. But this is the first time it's felt railroaded a little bit, you know? A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Anything? No dust. A little bit of moolah. Never know when that'll be needed. Am I wearing my armor? No, actually, as happens. Just in case.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
So this is a shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
I failed. I'm not going to cover them because she said not to fight her, and I think she's going to be a reasonable person.
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
Oh no.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
What's happening?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Thank God I went and stocked up on drugs. We're going to have to go buy bloody more after this.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the Ulan frequency.
The Ulan!
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
I saw your equations. It's the Ulan frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Not really. Jesus.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
Okay, what's this goddamned pale anyway?
The pale? It's the end of the world.
How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Well, this is wild. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
You're looking for a deal on mattresses.
I am looking for a deal on mattresses. Rosalie, no, Rosalie. Why am I subjecting myself to listening to all of this?
Turn this.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows, the pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
Okay. Pain threshold isn't bad. Red check, 83%. I'm gonna be going for it, but let's do this. How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
It's my shack now, Ruby. Thank you very much.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Laylee?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
It does make a difference. I just want to do a good job.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Alright, Claudia was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me it took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I open them up. I do it by asking questions. I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I stumbled in here. Can you explain this shit to me? No, we'll be going for the can opener.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I do it by asking questions. I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Would you say that Laylee was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think she's perjuring herself. She didn't hate him, okay?
Don't feel sympathy for Mercs? It's hard work. That's a stupid question.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Laylee was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Look, there's a secret way from the first floor of the whirling to the roof.
Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
It's an interesting point.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
I actually never considered that before. Ah, that 28% is a killer. You have a gun.
And?
I see, it's a front loader. Where did you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it?
A knocked away 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
No, I don't think you murdered him. Can we just get past this weirdness?
That isn't it.
Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
Alright, other evidence.
Yeah, evidence.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there.
Is that the
She's
only
got this great
reason
antenna.
you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Ah, bloody Nora. So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That's a good tip for life, ladies and gentlemen.
That really comes as a blow to her. Maybe twist the knife, just in case. Make her more desperate.
I'm going to trust you here, drama. Yeah, I made him talk.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
I don't like that. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
I mean, as we saw earlier, where I took damage that I didn't need to take, it's worth noting that just because the option exists, I don't have to click it. And that's not just me trying to not pick things that I think my character wouldn't say, but it's that clicking everything would be a negative at some times in this game. We've seen it several times in the past. Good point, Kitsuragi, thank you.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
She turns the knob down just a millimeter.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Seems a bit harsh. She responds, holding your gaze.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Getting there, though. Getting there. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Clausia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
I'm not here just to take you down, Ruby. I just want to solve the frickin' murder and stop other people getting killed.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Clausia comes in, all pale and shuddering.
I wonder if this means that the route to the roof is literally just a red herring.
She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Glacia wasn't quite there yet, so why worry?
Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How did you manage to come up with the plan so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
What?
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Could Claudia be the killer somehow?
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
I could see Claudia not as the killer, but as maybe she set it up somehow. Maybe the merc was hunting her or something that she didn't know. I don't know. It's interesting.
She lied to you about that too.
It's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Laylee herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
No, but she could have got him into position to be killed by someone else. You know, they're having sex. And she's like, you know, hop up, get up there, do your thing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Her grip on the gun is tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
La Puta Madre? Am I corrupt?
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop, that strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Oh no.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself.
Kim, no, you like me. Remember that you like me.
Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
What's my name?
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, it's a real question.
Yeah, sure.
Ah.
She doesn't believe you.
Ruby.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural?
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Who's in the squad? Death squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. Literally.
Nope.
Well, this has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
She means it. You better make your move soon.
But I need to know about the bunker.
What bunker?
Just a bunker.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
A voice trails off into the white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. Crap. I had to ask about the bunker, okay?
You've got to act soon. This is getting bad. Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
97%, baby. Let's rock it. Go on, Harry. Wouldn't she just shoot me at this point?
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
I'm glad I don't have to listen to that noise anymore.
Oh, fuck it.
No, no, Ruby, no, no, oh no. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
No, Ruby.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
58%.
You
No,
should know
failed.
The words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is
Why am I standing here like an idiot?
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
She doesn't deserve to die like this.
A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger.
It was a 58%. God damn it.
You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Okay. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere.
Ice beverage.
That tent there.
Ice beverage. God damn it, I'm really annoyed I didn't get that. That's so annoying. Oh, we're outside. Sort of. God damn it, Ruby! 58%. That's so annoying. It's not... Like, a 70 is more annoying. 58% is close enough to even that. But still. Still. She killed herself because of me as well. It was my fault. I'm apparently an enforcer or a lackey for the cartel, essentially. And I've forgotten that and decided to just be a straight up police officer. This is wild. Right, we're going to end it there. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.